What's your mind?
I want to talk about a couple Chinese behaviors that I noticed.
Wow.
And then you can talk to me about
Okay.
American behaviors that you noticed.
Okay.
And we build cultural understanding.
I hope we can build cultural
I hope so too. Because we're not going to talk about politics on this show. At
Yeah.
least not yet. Maybe later.
Does that behaviors have something to do with eating and food?
No.
No.
Social behaviors.
Oh, interesting. Tell
So,
me.
for example,
Mm.
when I met you, we exchanged contact information and we had a conversation with another guy, and we were talking about some political things, a little bit, not
Yeah.
really political things like current political
I
topics.
guess it's just a superficial Chinese news, maybe.
Right. It wasn't anything to do about current political events.
Yeah.
It was politics in general, like how news media influences people.
I don't know whether that's cultural difference, but for the first time that I met you, I'm actually kind of reluctant to give you my phone number, so that's why I gave you an email address. Because I think email address is less intrusive.
Okay.
So what do you think of if Americans meet for the first time, will they change their phone numbers directly? Or they prefer to use some like social media linking, WhatsApp, whatever, because other people can block you and maybe just delete you whenever they want. But if you have a number, if you really want to harass somebody, just keep calling. Yeah.
Sure. Now, this is interesting because it assumes that you may be harassed in the first minute of meeting somebody. But typically, people don't harass other people, generally speaking.
Yeah.
However, I wonder if it's Chinese people or if it's women and men or something like that. If you're accustomed to being harassed, that you have to be on alert all the time. Now, this is a little bit of a tangent, but
Yeah.
for example, today we met a woman.
We meet her and we have a lunch together.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, after discussing a couple topics with her over lunch, she
You
wanted to keep
Add
in
you.
touch.
Yes.
And so her method of keeping in touch was Instagram.
Instagram.
Right. Not the Facebook, not WeChat, not WhatsApp, not a real phone number.
Oh, she mentioned she doesn't
Not an
have a
email.
WhatsApp. But does she have a kind of iMessenger?
No, she never
No.
mentioned any of that. And she
Okay.
said she did have WhatsApp, but she never checks it, which I believe is a lie.
Okay.
I think she probably has WhatsApp and she always checks it, but she doesn't want to give that number to people.
She gave
because-
me her WeChat. I guess probably because she's just Chinese, but she might do not want to add you on WhatsApp and iMessenger since it's too kind of intimate.
I
Like you
suppose.
can reach to her whenever you want.
Right. So WhatsApp, you can directly message somebody right away.
Yeah.
Whereas Instagram, I guess you have to.
Follow her, and probably you cannot send her a message. So here's my question. If she was not a Chinese, how about other girls that you met?
That's a little bit of a question I have. For example, I also met a woman from Israel there today. I didn't exchange contact information with her, but I would imagine if I said, "Can I have your phone number?" or "Let's keep in touch," maybe she would give the phone number, or maybe WhatsApp or something.
No, I doubt it because a lot of people, I mean, especially women, they show hospitality. They are super friendly talking with you, but once you ask for their contact, their phone number, maybe they just find an excuse. Sorry. Maybe it's better that I give you an email, or maybe it's just follow me on Instagram. So I'm wondering, like, your past experience, the time when you did try to ask women for their contact, how did they react?
Typically now, it's like using LinkedIn is the
More like a business contact.
right, but that's just in lieu of other things because you can message people directly if you want to. But the other thing about it is I noticed that women, they can then evaluate you professionally based on your LinkedIn profile. Whereas before they would use Facebook to try to see who your friends were and all that sort of thing.
I guess the biggest difference between Facebook and LinkedIn is so like a resume that you put in which school you graduate from, what kind of job you had before, which company you work for. But Facebook is more like more casual. What about you? If you were asked for a contact by a female, will you hesitate to give them your phone number?
No, because you can just block people if you want to.
Okay, if you want to. So you actually do not mind.
But
What if you just meet with a woman which you do not have a good impression on, and she asks for your contact? Will you politely show her? Will you politely refuse her, find an excuse, or you just don't care? Just give her name card, your phone number, whatever.
you know, that doesn't happen often enough. But in the past it did. I remember there was a woman that I met in Australia. I was studying abroad in Australia.
Yeah.
And a woman from Rutgers University in New Jersey. I was being a friendly guy, and
Was she also international student?
yes, she was from New Jersey,
Okay.
and she was studying in Australia, and she lived in the same apartment building that I did. And I was just being nice, and it's kind of interesting. I don't remember her name anymore. I used to have a very good memory. I remembered everything.
Probably you only met her once or twice. That's pretty normal. You forgot.
That's
other
true.
people's name.
I remember her face, though.
Oh, really?
Yes, because she...
Was that special?
Well, it was, and I'll tell you why. Because I invited her over to my apartment once because I was just being like a nice guy, and I was like, hey, let's just
What do you
have some
think of her
food.
experience? Was she attracted to you? So that when you invite her to your apartment?
I was just being a friendly person because I didn't have any friends, so I
Okay.
invited her over. to
Makes
have-
sense.
Maybe we had some food or something. I don't know. I wasn't really good at cooking at that time. I was eating a lot of omelets. Yeah. I probably had an omelet every day. And not with anything good. With cheese and blueberry jam. That was not a great diet.
Okay.
I should really improve my cooking even more now, I think. But anyway, so I invited her into my room, and my roommate was gone, and we were there, and she,
Did she
at
come?
one
Yes.
point, I sat down on the couch, and she got up from the chair that she was sitting in, and she came over toward me, and she
Hug
put
you?
her, well, she
No.
put her hands on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Like kind of like, look at me. Like kind of like she grabbed my shoulders like this, and then she opened her legs and she sat on me. you
Whoa.
know,
she
like
sit
right on
you.
me, like she's right in front of my face.
That's
And she
too
went in to
much.
try to kiss me. And
For the first time you met.
well, it
No.
wasn't the first time. I met
Okay.
her, but maybe it was the second time or third time.
Third time.
I mean, and other times I met her was just just walking around.
You must be forgot.
And unfortunately for
Did you
me-
receive or did you reject? I mean, you can rebel if you want, if you don't like it.
I didn't find her attractive at all.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, and I kind of backed my face away. And she was sort of mad. She was like, whatever.
Did you say anything?
I was like, oh, no thanks. And I think I did something like that. And I kind of, she was coming closer, and then I put my hands on her shoulders, kind of holding her away.
Yeah.
And she was pulling herself toward me, and I was pushing her back. And It wasn't really violent, but it was an interesting experience because I hadn't had that before. In fact,
Yeah.
I hadn't kissed anybody at that time. Still.
Okay.
But she wanted to be the first. And I was very shy anyway, but unfortunately,
I mean, it's not the problem of you being shy because you two have only met like twice or third time. It's hard to develop like the trust and also the intimate relationship, and especially you don't like her in that condition, right?
I couldn't think of any condition that I would like her. I wasn't attracted to her at all. She was unattractive to me.
Oh, really? So probably because she was just trying to take advantage of you for being so lonely in Australia.
Well, I don't know if she was trying to take advantage of me per se. I don't think she was trying to.
Or she want to test what kind of guy
She-
you are before man who is insecure. There is a girl sitting on their leg. I guess the instinct of a man maybe just to hold the girl and kiss her, or do some like adult behavior later.
Wait, what did you say? Do some adult
Behavior?
behavior
I
later
just
on?
omitted the words. Yeah,
What does this mean? Adult behavior.
I guess audience know. I don't
The
have to say
audience
that the S
knows?
word. Yeah,
The what word?
the S word.
The S word?
Yeah.
What's the S word?
Use your imagination.
My imagination? Sarcophagus?
I don't know that word. Okay.
The sarcophagus is the word for the big stone
Stone.
container for the Egyptian mummy.
Egyptian mummy?
Right. Do you know what a mummy is? M-U-M-M-Y?
I mean, your memoir is the dead people wrapped with clothes.
Right. Cloth. Right.
Cloth. Okay.
And that's a mummy. So
The
the
stone-
sarcophagus is the stone container for the mummy.
Are you sure it's a stone container? Something that could also be made of wood.
Right, but I'm saying the
Okay.
sarcophagus, that specific word is the stone one.
Okay, I see. So
The
what do you
wooden-
want to express in this content? Like, do some adult behavior related to the stone container?